Hey swimmers, welcome back to this episode of the SWIMVICE Pro Analysis Swim Series. I'm really excited about this specific episode because I will be analyzing two athletes, Elijah Winnington and Dean Ferris, in the 200-meter freestyle event. What you're about to see is that Dean Ferris took a strong lead throughout the entire race until the very end when Elijah took over. Even though Dean ended up finishing in third place, he has some strong technique points that I'm about to go over where he could have won this race with a little bit of strategy. So he's definitely not an athlete to sleep on. And before I get into all the fun details, if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're looking to support the channel, hit the subscribe button at the bottom right-hand corner as you'll be notified every week for new videos to help with your swim training. So the main topic for today's video is based on freestyle tempo. So notice the tempo for both Elijah and Dean. Just so you know, Elijah is in lane 5 and Dean is in lane 1. And lastly, here are the key points to think about throughout watching this episode, and that is why changing tempo matters. Especially for a 200-meter freestyle event that is a middle distance race. It's a challenging one because you have to prioritize power, but at the same time have a little bit of efficiency to be able to power through that last 50 meters. Secondly, breathing, some technique points that I want to point out in this video that they are really demonstrating well. And lastly, kick timing. Since this is a 200-meter freestyle event, definitely a 6-beat kick is what is a priority to provide power and efficiency at the same time. And one last point before I go through this video is there's 2 points in a long course pool that I'm going to reference throughout this race, and that is the 15-meter mark at the very end and also the 25-meter mark. So I have it pointed out here in terms of a long course pool so you have an understanding and context of where I am talking about when it happens to be a change of tempo for both Elijah and Dean. All right, swimmers, so I'm going to play this through and you'll see that Dean is in lane 1, looking real smooth. You'll start to see that he takes the lead. He's got a solid tempo of 80 strokes per minute, and you see he has a very front quadrant stroke, breathing on 2s, keeping his head low with a 6-beat kick. So I want you to listen in. I have a metronome so you can hear the tempo that he is consistently using at 80 strokes per minute. So the fact that Dean held 80 strokes per minute tempo is what helped him pull away from the pack because it provided efficiency and power at the same time, including a strong underwater as well. And he holds this tempo consistently throughout the entire race. There's a benefit to it in terms of efficiency, streamlining, and pulling forward. However, what happened is really what happens at the last 15 meters or 25 meters of the race, where he should have upped his tempo and he would have pulled through and held that strong lead throughout the entire 200 meters. So again, listen in on his tempo of 80 strokes per minute. And just from the aerial shot, you can see again as I replay this, how much of a lead he had in front of the entire pack. I mean, he was strong out there, holding a streamlined position at a solid tempo. Now that would be something definitely holding for a 400 as well. But again, if he would have just changed it slightly towards the end of this race, he would have held that lead completely. All right, so on to Elijah Winnington. So again, in lane 5, yellow cap. He starts off with a tempo of 90 strokes per minute, so slightly faster, and he was behind at the beginning because that is a quick tempo, and if you held more of a slower tempo on the front end, it would have been a little bit better. So right now, he's holding a 90 strokes per minute tempo, as you can listen in right now. Then towards the last 50 meters, he ends up changing his tempo and upping it to 100 strokes per minute at the final 15-meter mark. And that's how he was able to pull forward and win this race by milliseconds. So go ahead and listen to this tempo of 100 strokes per minute as he finishes this race. So the point I'm making with this entire video is that if he would have held, meaning Dean, held a 80 strokes per minute tempo through that first half of the race, even a little bit more than that, and then started to up his tempo around 95 strokes per minute and then finish with the last 15 meters at 100 strokes per minute, he would have definitely taken the lead and overall won this event. All right, swimmers, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're looking for more videos related to this topic of tempo, timing, and breathing, I have them linked at the top right-hand corner if you would like to visit them. All right, swimmers, if you have any questions, drop a comment below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and click the links in the description to help with your training. All right, swimmers, enjoy your practice, and I will see you all next week.